You're sitting alone in your living room. The television is on. The evening is quiet. Suddenly, a strange pressure builds in your chest. You feel dizzy. Maybe you begin to sweat for no reason. Your left arm feels heavy. Your breath shortens. Could this be a heart attack? Now, stop. Breathe. Because what you do in the next 5 minutes could save your life. Growing older doesn't mean becoming powerless. It means becoming prepared. And today, I want to tell you the 5 steps that can truly make the difference between surviving a heart attack at home or not. These aren't dramatic tricks or miracle cures. They are real steps based on medical truth and life experience. Let's start from the moment it happens. Heart attacks don't always begin with that Hollywood-style chest grab and collapse. Sometimes it's a quiet tightness in your chest, or discomfort that spreads to your shoulders, jaw, or back. Sometimes it's just a crushing fatigue, as if life is draining out of you. You must learn to listen to your body. If you're over 60, your body whispers before it screams. Don't wait for pain. Trust discomfort. Fear is powerful. It tightens the chest. It robs your breath. It clouds your thinking. So when symptoms strike, talk to yourself gently. I need to stay calm. I need to breathe slowly. I am in control. Just this calming self-talk can help keep your heart from working harder than it needs to. Sit down, preferably on the floor against a wall, so you don't fall if you lose consciousness. No hesitation, no shame, no second guessing. Pick up your phone and dial emergency services. Even if you're unsure, call. Tell them clearly, I'm over 60, I may be having a heart attack, I'm alone. Put your address where they can hear it. Don't hang up until they tell you to. That call is not just your voice, it's your lifeline. If your doctor has ever told you that it's safe, chew one regular aspirin slowly. Don't swallow it whole. Chewing helps it enter your bloodstream faster. It can help thin the blood and prevent the clot from growing. But never take it blindly. You must know in advance if it's okay for you. Lie down on your back with your knees bent slightly, or sit upright if breathing is easier that way. Loosen any tight clothing. Don't try to get up or walk around. Let your body rest. Let your heart do less. And wait for help. Every second is working for you now, not against you. But here's a bonus step that's just as powerful as all 5. Prepare before it happens. Have an emergency kit, a note with your medical conditions, medications, allergies, doctor's number. Keep aspirin in it if it's safe for you. Put it somewhere obvious, not tucked away in a drawer. Let your children, your neighbors, your friends know how to access it if needed. Let's be honest. Growing older comes with risks, but it also comes with wisdom. And wisdom tells us the best defense is preparation. You deserve to feel safe, even when you're alone. You deserve to feel empowered, not afraid. And if that day ever comes, when your heart calls for help, you will be ready. Your life is worth protecting. And it starts with knowing what to do. Before the panic, before the pain, before it's too late. Because survival isn't about luck, it's about knowledge, calm, and courage. Would you like me to now generate the conclusion, SEO description, hashtags, or timestamps for this video as well? Recognizing the early warning signs of a heart attack, especially if you're over 60 and living alone, can be the difference between life and death. The reality is, heart attacks don't always start with dramatic chest pain like you see in movies. In fact, for many older adults, the symptoms are far more subtle, and that's what makes them so dangerous. You might feel an uncomfortable pressure, squeezing, or fullness in your chest that lasts more than a few minutes. It may come and go, but that's not all. You could also feel discomfort in other areas of your upper body, like pain radiating into your shoulders, arms, especially the left one, back, neck, jaw, or even your stomach. These sensations can feel dull, heavy, or burning, and are often dismissed as muscle strain or indigestion. What makes it more complicated for older adults is that the symptoms can be vague or mistaken for other health issues. You may experience shortness of breath without any chest discomfort. You might break out in a cold sweat for no apparent reason. Some feel nauseated or lightheaded. Others describe it as extreme fatigue or weakness, so draining that even walking across the room becomes overwhelming. These are not signs to overlook. Older women especially tend to experience less typical symptoms like upper back pressure or extreme tiredness, making it even more important to be alert and not wait for intense chest pain as the only indicator. Listening to your body is crucial. If something feels off, pay attention. Don't rationalize it as aging or stress. If symptoms appear suddenly or feel different from anything you've experienced before, that's your signal. Many people delay seeking help because they second-guess their instincts, afraid of overreacting. But a heart attack doesn't care about politeness or pride. Time is muscle. Every minute of delay increases the risk of permanent damage to your heart. Knowing what these early signs look and feel like gives you the power to act fast and stay alive. Staying calm during a heart attack, especially when you're alone and over the age of 60, can feel nearly impossible, but it's one of the most critical things you can do to give yourself the best chance at survival. The moment your body starts to feel strange, your chest tightens, your breath shortens, your hands start trembling, it's natural for panic to set in. Fear floods the body, your heart begins racing even more, and suddenly you're overwhelmed. But this panic response, while human, can actually worsen your condition. It places additional strain on your already distressed heart, makes it harder to think clearly, and makes you to make poor decisions or delay getting help. In that moment, you need to do the opposite of what your emotions are telling you. You need to be still. Breathe. Center yourself. Even just a few slow, deep breaths can begin to shift your body from chaos to control. Tell yourself, I'm going to get through this. These simple affirmations can have a calming physiological effect. Focus on one thing at a time, calling emergency services, getting into a safe position, taking an aspirin if appropriate. Avoid thinking too far ahead or imagining worst-case scenarios. That spiral of thought only feeds the fear. What your heart needs most is less pressure, less adrenaline, and more oxygen. Calm helps you achieve that. When you stay calm, you create mental space for clarity. You remember what steps to take. You can give accurate information to emergency responders. You avoid making rushed or dangerous movements. You prevent falls, injuries, and further complications. Calm doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means you're choosing not to let fear take over. Think of calm as your internal emergency response. It's not just emotional control, it's a survival strategy. Many older adults have lived through wars, loss, challenges, and heartbreak. That strength, that ability to hold steady when the world shakes, is your greatest tool in a moment like this. You may be alone physically, but you are not powerless. By calming your breath and mind, you take the first step toward protecting your body. It's the pause before the plan, the breath before the action. And in those moments, that calm could be what keeps your heart beating long enough for help to arrive. Calling emergency services immediately is the single most important action you can take if you believe you are having a heart attack, especially if you are over 60 and alone at home. Time is absolutely critical. Every passing minute can cause more damage to your heart muscle, and the longer you wait, the more dangerous the situation becomes. Yet, despite knowing this, many people hesitate. They worry they might be overreacting, feel embarrassed if it turns out to be something less serious, or think they can wait it out. But heart attacks don't wait. They don't pause while you second-guess yourself. They escalate silently and often without mercy. That's why, at the very first sign of something being wrong, you need to act without hesitation. Once you notice unusual chest discomfort, unexplained fatigue, shortness of breath, cold sweats, or any other troubling symptoms, reach for the phone immediately. Call your local emergency number. Do not call a friend, a neighbor, or your family first. Call professional medical help. Emergency responders are trained to handle heart attacks and begin life-saving treatment the moment they arrive. They can assess your condition, provide oxygen, start medication, and transport you safely to a hospital. Driving yourself or waiting for someone else to arrive wastes precious time and increases your risk of collapse or further complications. When you make the call, be calm but clear. State your name, your age, your address, and say directly, "I think I'm having a heart attack." Describe your symptoms briefly and answer their questions. If you have a landline, stay on it. If you're using a mobile phone, make sure your location services are enabled so they can track your exact position if needed. Leave the door unlocked if possible, especially if you feel you might lose consciousness. These small steps ensure that when help arrives, they can access you quickly and begin immediate care. Don't underestimate the value of this phone call. It's not just a call for help, it's a call for survival. It triggers a chain of professional care that could save your life. And in many cases, people who receive early intervention during a heart attack not only survive but recover with fewer complications. Fear might tempt you to wait and see. Pride might tell you to be strong. But strength in this moment is not about pushing through the pain. It's about having the courage to act fast. Calling emergency services is not a sign of weakness. It's a powerful act of self-preservation. Taking aspirin during a suspected heart attack can be a life-saving step, but only if you've been medically cleared to do so beforehand. For people over 60, especially those with a history of heart conditions or risk factors, this tiny pill can play a surprisingly powerful role in increasing survival. Aspirin works by thinning the blood and preventing further clotting. During a heart attack, a clot is usually blocking blood flow to part of the heart muscle. Chewing an aspirin helps slow or stop that clot from growing, giving you more time for emergency treatment to take effect. But it's not a magic fix, and it's not safe for everyone. That's why it's crucial to have this conversation with your doctor before an emergency ever happens. Ask them directly, "Should I take aspirin if I think I'm having a heart attack?" Their answer will depend on your personal health profile, whether you're allergic to aspirin, have ulcers, bleeding disorders, or take medications that could interact dangerously. If your doctor gives you the green light, keep aspirin in a clearly marked, easily accessible spot in your home, ideally as part of a small emergency kit. It should be regular, non-coated aspirin, typically 325 mg, and not combined with any other pain relievers. If symptoms hit, you should chew it, not swallow it whole. Chewing allows it to enter your bloodstream faster, which is crucial in those early minutes. However, this step should never delay your first priority, calling emergency services. Taking aspirin can support your chances of survival, but it's not a replacement for medical care. If you waste time searching for aspirin, questioning whether to take it, or taking it without seeking further help, you risk doing more harm than good. It's also important not to take it as a reflex or out of fear. If your symptoms turn out to be caused by something other than a heart attack, like a stroke or aneurysm, aspirin might actually worsen your condition by increasing internal bleeding. In moments of crisis, clarity matters. That's why preparation is key. Know in advance whether aspirin is safe for you. Keep it nearby. Talk to your family about it. You don't want to be reading labels or making decisions under pressure. When every second counts, you need a plan that's already in place. Aspirin, when used properly and with medical approval, is one of the simplest tools you can use in a life-threatening situation. But it's only effective when combined with the right actions, taken at the right time with the right knowledge. Positioning yourself correctly during a heart attack can significantly improve your chances of survival, especially if you're over 60 and alone at home. While it may seem like a small or simple detail in the middle of a medical emergency, the way you position your body can reduce the strain on your heart, improve oxygen flow, and prevent additional injuries if you become weak or lose consciousness. The natural instinct during distress is often to move around, look for help, or even pace due to panic, but these reactions can be dangerous. Movement increases your heart rate, raises your blood pressure, and demands more oxygen from an already struggling heart. The goal in a heart attack is the exact opposite: to conserve your body's energy and give your heart the least amount of work possible. As soon as you recognize the warning signs and after calling emergency services, your next step should be to get into a position that supports your heart and reduces risk. Sit down gently or lie down, whichever feels easier on your breathing. If you choose to lie down, do so on your back with your head slightly elevated, and if possible, bend your knees a little to relieve pressure from your lower back and chest. Use pillows if needed to support your position. If sitting feels better, sit upright against a wall or the headboard of your bed, keeping your back supported and your legs extended. The most important thing is to remain still and calm. Avoid lying completely flat if you're struggling to breathe, as it can make breathing more difficult for some people. Do not try to stand up or walk around unless it is absolutely necessary, like unlocking a door for emergency responders. Even then, do it slowly and cautiously. Sudden movement or standing while lightheaded can cause you to faint, fall, or worsen the stress on your heart. Loosen any tight clothing around your neck, chest, or waist, unbutton collars, loosen belts, or remove restrictive garments. These small adjustments help your body breathe more freely and prevent additional discomfort or panic. Positioning also matters in terms of safety. If you sense that you might pass out, lying down reduces the risk of injury from a fall. If you're near a phone, stay close to it so you can stay connected with emergency services. If your door is locked and you feel you have the strength, unlock it beforehand so that medical personnel can reach you without delay. These small acts of preparation can shave off precious seconds when help arrives. Being alone during a heart attack is frightening, but you are not helpless. Positioning yourself with intention, quiet, still, and supported, can give your body a fighting chance. It sends a message to your heart: I'm here with you. I'm not giving up. It's a simple step, often overlooked, but powerful when done with care and awareness. And in those quiet moments, when every breath matters, it just might be the difference between life and loss. Preparing a heart emergency kit ahead of time is one of the smartest and most empowering actions you can take, especially if you're over 60 and live alone. When a heart attack strikes, it doesn't come with a warning bell or a scheduled time. It often hits unexpectedly during quiet moments, while watching TV, getting ready for bed, or preparing a meal. In those critical first minutes, your ability to act quickly can save your life. But what if you're too weak to move? What if your mind is clouded by pain or panic? That's where having a ready-made emergency kit becomes not just helpful, but potentially life-saving. A heart emergency kit isn't complicated, but it needs to be carefully thought out. At its core, it should contain everything emergency responders or hospital staff might need to know about you, and everything you might need within reach when seconds count. Start with a written summary of your medical history: your name, age, blood type, known conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or past heart issues, allergies, and a list of all medications you're currently taking. This document should be kept in a waterproof plastic sleeve or folder, easy to read and updated regularly. Include your doctor's contact information and emergency contact numbers for family or friends. One crucial item to include is aspirin, if your doctor has previously advised that it's safe for you to take in the event of a suspected heart attack. Keep a small strip of non-coated, chewable aspirin in the kit, clearly labeled. Make sure it hasn't expired. Also, include a spare copy of your ID, your health insurance card if applicable, and any do not resuscitate DNR orders or advance directives if you have them. Emergency medical technicians are trained to look for these documents, and having them available can make the process faster and smoother. Place this kit in a clearly visible, easy-to-reach location. Don't hide it in a drawer under the bed. It should be somewhere that both you and others can find quickly, like by your bedside table, near the front door, or even attached to the fridge with a bold label. Let your family members, neighbors, or caregivers know where it is in case they need to assist you in an emergency. Some people also include a whistle or personal alarm in their kit in case they become immobile and need to signal for help. In addition to the physical kit, consider digital preparation too. Save emergency contacts in your phone under clearly labeled names like IC Daughter or IC Doctor. IC stands for in case of emergency. Some smartphones also allow you to input medical info and emergency contacts accessible from the lock screen. It might feel strange or uncomfortable to plan for a worst-case scenario, but doing so is not an act of fear. It's an act of wisdom and love for your life. Ultimately, a heart emergency kit gives you control in a situation where so much can feel out of your hands. It's a message to yourself and to those who care about you: I am prepared. I am aware. I am doing everything I can to protect my future. It's not just a box of papers or pills. It's a safety net, a strategy, and a declaration that your life is worth safeguarding. And that small step taken today could be what saves you tomorrow. In the end, surviving a heart attack when you're alone at home, especially after the age of 60, is not about luck. It's about knowledge, preparation, and calm, decisive action. The 5 life-saving steps we've explored today aren't complicated or out of reach. They're simple, powerful choices that anyone can take: recognizing the early warning signs, staying calm under pressure, calling emergency services without hesitation, taking aspirin if it's medically safe, and positioning your body to reduce further harm. And most importantly, preparing ahead with a heart emergency kit ensures you won't be caught off guard when seconds matter most. These actions give you power, real power, to take control in a moment where everything feels uncertain. Your age doesn't make you helpless. Living alone doesn't make you invisible. Your life is valuable, and you deserve to feel equipped, informed, and confident in your ability to respond. Don't wait for a crisis to think about what you should have done. Start now. Talk to your doctor. Create your emergency plan. Share this knowledge with others who need it. Because the truth is, these steps could save your life, or the life of someone you love. And that kind of wisdom, when put into practice, is the most powerful kind of strength there is.